So here's a little bit more about me. I have lupus, which is an autoimmune disease. And the short story is that some days I feel okay, like 80% functioning, sort of like a real human. And other days I don't feel okay at all, so I spend a lot of time here in my bed or just taking it easy at home because my immune system thinks sometimes that I am a enemy and a thing it needs to attack, and that takes a lot of energy to do that, and so I often don't feel as well as I used to. I was diagnosed with that about 4 years ago, and up until that point, I would do a lot of different things. I did roller derby for a time, and that was just great. And let's see, also did, a lot of work here around the house. My husband and I, we like fixing things. And yeah, just, went out with friends. And as far as my health went, yeah, really didn't have to consider it much. Like I said, up until my first major flare up about 4 years ago. So that sort of takes us into the story of the gender issues a little bit more. I had, little things growing up that I noticed, like I don't want to be seen as one of the girls. I don't like a lot of things that the other girls like, and it's okay, to be different and stuff, but I just like the differences for me and my preferences with gender expression and gender identity. They seemed like some pretty big differences, compared to the rest of the girls. And there were a few times, but there were several times I would do things, to try to explore that those gender feelings more. I would cut my hair short or, wear baggier clothes and cargo pants and things. And I really enjoyed all of that. But the feedback that I got, it just wasn't good. As a 13-year-old, being raised by my grandparents, they were pretty conservative people. And what they knew about being transgender was that it was wrong, and they just wanted me to be or appear to be as normal as I could, because they understood, I guess, that life's hard sometimes for people that are different. But what I don't think that they did understand is that life is hard when you aren't allowed to be the person that you are. When you have to pretend to be somebody that you're not. That seemed to make it a lot harder. So here I am at 30. Wow. Long way away from 13. And just now, really exploring this whole gender issue. And as I said, not that it didn't come up before, it was just that there was never really a good, safe space for me to really give it a lot of thought and really explore it properly. And so yeah, now here I am, and I think I'm expecting to get my letter to start testosterone later this week, and so it's really exciting to, finally, after many years of thought put in on this, and many months at this point of just really allowing myself to go full bore with considering my feelings on gender, and identifying as being a trans guy. A trans guy, and then also non-binary, because why do we have to have this gender binary anyway? But that's a different story for a different time. Anyway, my ambitions are to start testosterone and see how that goes. I have reason to believe that it will go pretty well despite my health issues, because lupus, which I have, is a what they would call an estrogen driven disease. And so that's pretty, interesting, right? That estrogen is literally some of the cause of my health issues, and that perhaps by lessening that, I could get back to feeling better and, more manly, less like, just some housewife that exists at home and, doesn't get to do much else because I don't have a lot of energy and stamina to do it. So I'm not counting on testosterone to fix all those problems, but there is a potential that it could be helpful, and that's really exciting to me. But regardless of whether it is helpful or just doesn't have any effect on lupus, or even if it would be hurtful and I would find out that I can't do testosterone. The point is, there's the lupus things in my life, and then there are the trans things in my life, and because those both belong to me, there's not a lot of intermeshing that happens as with anybody. Your personality, who you are, what you've been through, these things come together to make you who you are. And so same thing going on here with me. But anyway, I'm not using being trans as a way to fix lupus. I just thought that the science was interesting, that it could be a help to me in more ways than one, to start testosterone and everything. So yeah, good deal. Good talk, guys.